Hey, welcome to video number 170, ding, 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 of Walker This Way with Hazel Walker, the queen of all things
BNI and networking.
I am Mark Simmons. Hey, Hazel, guess what? I was in a class the other day, and there's this one person in my class who keeps showing up late. And the instructor's like really adamant about being on time. And the first excuse was my alarm didn't go off. And the instructor was like, all right. But the second time, came back and said, my alarm didn't go off. I missed the bus. And the instructor was like, okay. But this past week when he came in, he's like, sorry, man, just I have a problem with my alarm. And the instructor looked him in the eye and he said, it is no longer your alarm's fault.
Yeah,
right?
That's right.
It's
the alarm is just the alarm.
That's right. Set it earlier, get a second alarm, do what it is you need to do. And often you hear that, people, I missed the bus. Well, we'll get to the bus easier. So let's bring this home. Let's bring it on home into our networking world, into our BNI world. Man, there's a lot of blame.
There is a lot of blame, and I hear it often. I especially hear it often from people who have left the organization. And that's not just BNI. I hear people say, well, I left the Chamber of Commerce because it wasn't working for me, or I left this thing because I left the gym because it wasn't working for me.
Right.
Right. So there's always a reason why something didn't work for them. Right. I hear BNI just didn't work for me. Well, that's like saying the toaster didn't work for me. I put bread in, but it didn't work for me. Mm-hmm. Well, did you plug it up? No. Well, then what did you expect from the toaster? Because the toaster is just the toaster, right? It's got to be plugged up. You got to put the bread in. You got to push the button down. You got to set the button on the right thing, because the other thing, the toaster burnt my toast. Yes, but you set the button all the way over to 5. Right. So we're always quick to blame something outside of ourselves for our actions. And it seems to be the natural state of being with people, is they just want to blame something outside of themselves. And for BNI, I start asking questions. Did you do one-to-ones? When you did a one-to-one, what did you talk about? Were you talking about the weather, the sports, coronavirus, the Ukraine issue? What were you talking about? Were you doing the gains profile? Were you doing a business one-to-one? How many one-to-ones have you done? And I've had people say, well, I've done a one-to-one with everyone in the room this year. One-to-one? Just one? Yeah. Okay. So how many referrals have you given? Well, I'm waiting on someone to give me a referral. I gave 2 referrals. I haven't gotten any back, so I haven't given any more. So now we're counting, and that's not giver's gain. The other one is, have you done the member success program or attended any of our advanced trainings? No, networking is networking. Those classes aren't necessary. I've been networking forever. Right? There's always explaining, justifying, and defending, but not taking responsibility.
Right.
So BNI is simply a system, and we're a very structured system, right? Like, it's very structured what we do. You get your education, you run the passport program, you do the Power of One, you you show up and attend regularly, you build relationships, you build trust, you do what you say you're going to do, and you will have success. But we cannot do that for you. The system cannot fail you. It will not fail you if you use the system. And so when it's not working, it's all your fault, just like the alarm clock. You are the one setting the alarm clock, and you are the one hitting the snooze button.
Yeah.
It's not the alarm clock's fault. The alarm clock's just doing what you told it to do. It's not BNI's fault. It's not the Chamber of Commerce's fault. It's no one's fault. The instructor can only give you the work to do. It's your job to do it. So until you accept the fact that when things are not working, it's all your fault, until you accept that, you can't change anything.
Yeah, I know when we run the weekly presentation workshop, one of the things that I say to them is that if you perceive or you think you're getting a lousy referral, 99% of the time it's your fault that you got it,
It is
whether you know
almost
it or not.
always.
Yeah, because it's what you asked for and you may not even know.
Especially if you're standing up in the room and you're not really preparing for your request, and you stand up and go, anybody,
Yeah.
right? Anybody. So I used to take a phone book with me. Do you remember the phone book?
Yep.
We had these big
Old
giant
enough to remember it.
books, all the detail. I would take a phone book to a chapter meeting, and as soon as somebody said a member would stand up and they'd go, well, anybody that has a spine is good referral for me. I'm the chiropractor. Anybody that has skin is good referral for me. I sell cosmetics. Anybody with hair, I'm a beautician. Anybody that needs their car. So I would just rip out pages and I would staple it to a referral slip. And I go, here are 4 pages of anybody. Feel free to call them. Right? Because that's what anybody means. But we try to teach you to focus on your target market. I can't do that, Hazel, because, really anybody is correct. I can do the work for anybody. I get that you can do it for anybody, but that's not going to work for you. You're going to get poor referrals, right? You're going to get leads.
And when people are asking and arguing that anybody is their client, that's a scarcity mindset.
Right. And it's all, and so you have to accept the fact that I say this all the time to members. If you're getting crappy referrals, that's all your fault, because you're getting exactly what you ask for.
Yeah.
Anybody.
And it's also in BNI, it's also an outcome of not doing proper one-to-ones.
Yeah.
100%.
Not teaching the room how to find business for you.
Yeah.
That's the one-to-one. And that's also the feature presentation. That's my opportunity to train the room what to listen for and all of that. It's not their fault that they're passing poor referrals to you. That's your fault.
Right. And missed opportunities as far as feature presentations go, filling the room with your people. It's not meant for your members in your chapter who you're having one-on-ones with. Fill the room. So in our past Walk of This Ways, we've talked about that quote, you can have success or you can have excuses, but you can't have both. Mm-hmm. Choose a lane. And BNI is a system that will not adapt to you.
Nope.
But you adapt some of the pieces, all of it, some of it, and use it because it is a system. And it's sometimes funny where the Power of One is pretty basic. It's the five pieces of the Power of One. And sometimes it's like, it's so easy, it can't work. Let's do other things. Mm-hmm. Let's do the shiny object over here and over here, because this chapter is doing that. And that one did this. But the foundation things aren't being done, which is the Power of One. You got to start with those, nail those, make them work, then add.
Right. And stop explaining, justifying, and defending why it's not working for you. It's not working for you because you are not working it.
Yes.
The toaster can't work for you if you don't work the darn toaster. It can't work for you.
All right, so members, repeat after me. Let's say this together. Here we go. If it's to be,
it's all about me.
It's up to me.
Yep, it's all about me. That's the only power I have, is my actions and reactions.
Absolutely.
That's it. So my actions and reactions have to set that tone for it to work for me.
And if you're wondering if your weekly presentation or your feature presentation landed, here's a great way to find out. Ask questions, get curious. What am I asking for? Who's my ideal client? See what the feedback is, because then they're going to let you know what they heard, which may not be what it is you were hoping they would hear.
Well, that's the whole point of community. That's the biggest flaw in communication. We say something, we think people heard what we said.
That's right.
They heard their interpretation of what we said.
Yeah. So the only way is to get curious, ask questions, and just say thank you for the feedback.
Absolutely.
That's it. All right. So it is up to you. No excuses. Hey, it's your fault. And part of BNI is accountability. That's their core value. So it's taking accountability and then learning from it and then doing something different.
Yeah, be responsible.
and you will be golden. Until next time, Hazel.
See you next time.
Bye.